We are live!
We're back!
Good morning, America! Yes, this is it live, and we are pumped
we're back.
and excited. I know you thought we may not be turning up, but we are here 1 minute late.
But we're here.
Have you shown them your Lego watch, Johnny?
I haven't.
Have a look at this. Johnny has a Lego watch.
This is quite cool, look.
Look at that.
You can pull it apart. You can change the screen. Although I can't undo it today. You can
get some microfiber. Clean that up.
Oh,
there we go.
The strap pops off really easy, and you can put a new strap on it.
So you've got all these different straps.
You can just rebuild it as you like.
So it's all different colours, all primary colours. That's cool. Bo Gizetti is here. Bo, I am going to write back to you. You know, we are busy as busy. Jason, straight after the show, we have something for you. Today, I'm going to be giving away.
We're giving away the brushes.
Go and grab an orange brush. We're going to give away these brushes for testing. These are our prototypes of our Tucker Style Easy Brush, updated, modified, and changed. So you guys can give some feedback on them, those who haven't used them before. It will be based on who shares our posts, right, or shares this thread, right? So we have dual trim, single trim, 2-jet, 4-jet, 6-jet, we have everything. If you share, you can put your request in, and then we will look at see how many of you. We need at least 6. Today I'm also going to show you the Fugly. Yeah, look at this for a Fugly.
That is just...
I mean, it's a honey of a brush, right? This is a custom build at the moment, right?
A couple of drinks in brush.
Yeah, that's a bottle in brush.
That's it. Like, if that looks beautiful to you, then you've had too much to drink. Yeah?
Joseph
that is a Fugly.
Joseph and what's his name that keeps coming in?
Like, that's seriously bigger than my head.
Who's more? Mike Ratcliffe's joined.
I know Mike Ratcliffe.
Have you?
Well, I think I do.
I haven't seen him in here before.
Hey Mike, good to see you. Brady Miller's here. That's cool. And, of course, today we are actually taking the whole day out, Harrison and myself, and we're finishing the software for the huge fundraiser and the huge sale and the huge auction coming up, starting, I hope, tomorrow. Yes.
All going
so
well.
It's going to go on for 7 or 8 days. We're going to load new products up every day. We've got all the stock. I'll tell you the story. We have all the stock that we had for a distributor in the US from the beginning of 2015. We've got like over 1,000 items that are in there, and we pay rent every month to have them there. And obviously we load our new stock in there, but some of that old stock is there. So we're going to put everything out. You know how you have a dollar shop? This will be a $10 shop.
$10 shop.
So there'll be loads and loads of things. That the bidding will start at like $5 or $10, and all we want to do is just get the freight back to ship it out to you. Buyer beware, no refunds, no returns, but we'll be able to, anybody who, Josh Latimer is here. Josh is one of my favorite guys. Josh is leading the industry in marketing, like helping guys build their marketing business. He is the man. Josh, feel free to put your link up here, how people get hold of you with Radius Bomb, how people get hold of you with Send Gym, how people get hold of you with your boot camp. Right, so Josh does one-on-one training for guys who want to scale out their business, because Josh has run a scaled business. And then, Josh, if you want to come in, write me a little note and say, look, I'd love to join the show, and we'll bring you in, right? I just know it's a bit rude just to go invite.
What are we selling?
Is here.
We're selling lots of different stuff.
Okay, we can tell you what's going to be in the sale. I think we can do that, right?
Yeah, we can.
It's not up there. I wiped it out. But I will rewrite it.
Have you got the list?
I have the list.
List.
I know what it is.
Hang on.
Yeah, you can look it up in the phone, make sure I don't miss anything. This is what's going to be in the show, right?
In the sale.
In the sale. We're not sure whether it'll go outside of North America, so don't hold me to it if you're not in North America. But it'll be like this. Firstly, for the fundraiser, we're putting up a Reach It Mini with a $1 reserve. Now, the reserve means everything above the reserve goes to the Diego Rent and Car Fund, right? So we're going to prepay Diego Garcia's Rent and Cars Fund so that he's got a car and a home when he gets home to his wife and his little baby, because he's currently in a medically induced coma. He's already been in a coma for 3 weeks. That's talking about another 3 or 4 weeks. Then he's going to be in the brain injuries unit learning to walk and talk again, like the dude, and we don't know what his capacity will be. So we want to just give him some stability. We're going to create a forum, a place where you can put products in, but we're going to put in a Reach It Mini valued at $790. Last time we put one up for the Louis Riez Foundation, Doug Rucker bought it for $1,000.
That was
Doug
awesome,
Rucker, that's
Doug.
benevolent,
Thank
right?
you very
look
much.
at it. For $1,000, Doug got an $800 product, right? It didn't cost us $800 to give the product to Doug, and Louis got $1,000.
Yeah.
So it's win, win, win. That's business.
And we're putting up a Reach It Flow.
A Flow.
If we've still got some left, I keep selling
I
them.
know, I just noticed that. All the ones we've already shipped to America have already been sent, or they get sent out today, right?
Yeah.
Or most of them got sent out today. So that was pretty exciting. We're excited about Flow. Flow's going well. We're still tweaking, like, you know, everything, we're always going to be tweaking. I'm a perfectionist, because every time somebody says anything, I think that maybe it'll apply to everybody, and so I try and do it. So one of those things is we've actually got a foot and handle upgrade pack. So those of you who have got Reach It Flows, make sure you join the Reach It Flow group on Facebook, and I'll load that video up that I took yesterday, how to fit the feet, how to fit the handle, and then it's going to really bring the flow up just a tiny little notch, but that little notch is going to be amazing.
And we'll go, Alice and I'll go through and we'll send those out.
Yeah, and then we've got an upgrade pack going out to everybody. We just wanted to check a few things.
A lot of them have been sent already. All the latest ones have the feet and
the feet and the hands are in current model, but like this is Reach It. Like if we see a way to improve a product and you bought it, I never want you to be disadvantaged because you trusted me early.
Craig Hartman, how's Australia doing?
You trusted me early.
How's Australia treating you, Craig?
Aussie.
Is the dual DI system coming along well?
No.
No.
Well, so what we've done is we've decided to go to a mold for the shape of it. So that's that'll put a delay in it. Didn't come through. Okay, sorry about that. We just had an inbound phone call which we were unable to take. So Scott Denners is here. Hey Scott, good to see you. So the huge fundraiser is also, we've got the Flow, that's valued at $19.95.
We're putting that up on Dollar Reserve.
$1 reserve, so all of the money that the final bidder gets bids for
the Flow go to Diego.
Diego Rent and Car Fund, right? And the money's going to end up going to his brother, and his brother is going to show us that he prepaid the rent and the car. Because we're business people, right? We know what happens when you get into financial trouble, those of us who have been there before.
And whenever guys have an injury or fall out of it, don't have a job anymore, throughout the history of what I've done for a living, being a finance broker and working for a car yard doing finance, the first thing that people stop doing when they have an injury like he's had or an accident or they lose their job, the first thing that happens is they stop car payments. And then they will stop the rent because they've got to feed the family. And if they don't have any insurance or their employer hasn't had any insurance, well, those things aren't going to get paid, so they have to keep the family alive. So that's what they do. So that's why we decided that this fund we're doing, and Indira Aguilera has already set up a GoFundMe page, which a lot of you have already donated to, which is awesome. But we're doing this solely for the money to go to his brother to pay the car payments and his rent.
In advance.
In advance.
So when he wakes up, he's going to get this amazing sense of security. That's what we want. And then, in addition to that, you can put up your second-hand products, and you can. So let's say you've got an old pole or an old pure water system that you want to offload, or you thought you want to upgrade. Then what you could do is put it up, and you could say, look, give me $200 for it. Everything over $200, right, can go to Diego. Yep. Or you can go to your suppliers, like you can go to Raisinsteins or 101, or you can go to your pressure washer guys like Softwash
or ABC,
all those guys. They say, look, put a pack up, tell us what your reserve is. The reserve will go back to them, right? And everything over that can go to Diego. And we can run that continually. Like if we do this well with Diego, we can start doing it for other guys in the industry as well, where the manufacturers obviously put up their cost of goods, right? But the beneficiary can get, over the retail value of the goods, and the guy who's the benefactor, right, the giver, right, he gets something for his money. So it's a total win-win-win circle. It's much easier than putting your hand in your pocket and just saying, look, do I want to give $50 or $100? Right? It's much easier to put in and say, I'll give $1,000 like Doug Rucker did, and he gets an $800 product. Right? So,
Roger, great to see you here. We haven't seen you here before.
Roger Briggs, is it?
Boggs.
Ah!
Nick Sanders, yes, I remember Nick fell off a ladder, 2 stories, but he walked away from it okay.
Well, that's it. Augie Dugar broke his neck last year. Diego Garcia is a friend of mine, Nick, and he's been well known in the industry. He's built like Hulk, seriously, the biggest guy I've ever seen, like just solid muscle. and he was on a roof cleaning a gutter. We understand, and he fell off the roof. In the state of Missouri, it's not law for a boss to carry workers' compensation if he has less than 5 employees. This dude had less than 5 employees, so he didn't have workers' compensation. So Diego's in a bit of a hole. He has a GoFundMe for the medical expenses, raising something,
set up for him.
And we're running basically the rent and car prepayment fund. Scott Smith, good to see you. So we will have all of that tomorrow. How's that, Harrison? Did we miss anything on that?
And I had another customer.
I think there's 2 fronts, right? So there's 2 big bills that he's going to pay.
Yeah.
Right. One smaller bill will be the car and rent payment.
Yep.
The other one's his medical expense. If we just focus on his medical expense, his car payments and his rent payments get missed.
So consolidated by Harrison. There are 2 bills that Diego's going to be left with. One there and one there. On one side is his medical bill. He's in a hospital that costs, I don't know, over $100,000 a week. He's got...
Well, that's why Indira set up this fund, because she knew someone who had been in this hospital for 10 days, and their bill for 10 days was over $250,000.
Right, so there's a GoFundMe to subsidise those and pay the essential payments while everybody's working out the insurances and costs and all that. So he's being kept alive, nobody's leaving him alone or anything like that.
Period message after the
Straight
show,
after
Jason.
the show, Jason. I meant to do it yesterday. I've got everything that we need. So the other side of his bills are keeping his little family alive because he's got a beautiful wife and a baby, right? So all of that sort of thing. So we are focusing on the other side.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Because it's going to, and there's no disrespect to the other fund,
it's
what
completely
amount.
essential.
It's
essential
fantastic fund.
So if you get a chance to give 10, 20, $100, if you're a cash person, you don't want to buy any shit from anybody, right? Go to the GoFundMe page and put some money in for this dude.
Donate to the medical and donate to the...
Yeah, you can donate to both. This is not an either or. This is Indira set up this fund. Indira works with us. We are completely
She's a very, very, very close friend.
As close as that, right? This is not a competitive fundraising event, right?
No.
This is just, we want to isolate out as business people what we think is the next most important thing.
Well, the reason we're doing it this way.
And set a precedent for the future, because this is what we're trying to do, is like everything is an experiment in life, right? So if we can work our way through this, we can set up formats where GoFundMes will coexist alongside auctions, and we can get more money for people, right? Exactly. All right, so let's go back to the sale.
Yes.
The sale is starting as soon as possible, and it will have... Did we say what the deal will be?
No, we haven't yet.
Should we?
I think we should tell them tomorrow.
Do you want to know what the deal is?
What would you like to see in the sale?
What do you want to buy?
What do you want to see in the sale?
The fugly won't be there.
The fugly definitely won't be there.
This fugly, I'll tell you what happened, is I bought this fugly off a brush manufacturer, right, in another form, and I've modified it and turned it into a usable brush for a particular guy who was talking to me yesterday, who said, I've got these curved walls and I want the longest bristles possible. So I went out and rang round some of our friends who make brushes and stuff, and said, bring me the brush that has the longest bristles possible. I'm going to get a second one. I'm going to get a second one made next week for the dude that sent me all the details about gutter cleaning. He wanted a gutter cleaning brush. He's got a brush very similar in structure and style to this one, right? And I'm going to send one of these and see if it works as a gutter cleaning brush. I can't remember.
The fugly.
The Mammoth is a great name as well. We might have a naming competition, but you see, this is the pole. The pole is here. The water comes up straight through here. I've designed it so that somebody can put chemicals up, chemicals up one side, pure water up the other, whatever they want to do. So we'll take it out on the glass and have a play with it, right, and see how it goes.
Jim Kenyon, what's up with our website? Which one are you talking about? We have had 12 or 14 websites hacked.
All of our customer service websites were hacked for the third time by a competitor. So we are working our way through it, but this time they've actually really seriously disabled us. We are, every day Harrison spends 3 or 4 hours with our ISP how to actually recover the websites. Like it's the data. Like it's a recovery. It's actually a recovery. They've been absolutely smashed. Right? It's like somebody grabbing a porcelain vase, dropping it on the ground, and say, "Here are all your pieces. See if you can put them back together and glue them without any lines." Right? Otherwise, it's not okay. So we're pretty pissed about it, but we've still got our YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/future of cleaning. One word, right?
You can find everything.
You'll find all of the videos that have been anywhere. So there's one there on water pet pole training and stuff like that, and we'll go through that. Anyway, if we get a chance. Right? I may have to go to New Zealand. My mum is not well, so that may put a slowdown on some of these things. But Harrison is working his butt off. So Harrison, do we announce any of the deals? Do people want to know any of the deals?
We've asked them.
Nobody wants to know
what
what the
would you
deals
guys
are.
like to see in the sale or in the
Yeah.
auction? What would you
Yeah.
like to see? Let us know.
Give us a deal.
We know some of the things we're putting in, but you tell us what you'd like to see. That'll be a better.
And remember, if you share this, we're going to go on the glass again. You saw us
Jason
yesterday
Hatch
on the
has shared
glass.
it already.
Oh, Jason Hatch, he's going to be a winner.
He's going to be in the draw for one.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
may not get one.
He may not. Depends how many people share, right?
Exactly.
Right now, he is a guaranteed winner because nobody else has shared, right? So we're going to take these brushes on the glass again. But what I've got, did you show me the 6-jet, Johnny?
6-jet, he's still
Let's
outside.
go and get the 6-jet. We'll show
He's
you that.
outside sunbathing.
So we'll demonstrate the 6-jet. Yes. Great. So sorry about that, about our websites being crashed. That's pretty crazy because it's all of them and it's isolated to our set of domain names that we own, and it just went through like wildfire, and the ISP basically turned off all of our access because it was such a successful campaign. So
They
congratulations.
know where it came from.
Congratulations to the hackers for doing a great job. All right. So here it is. This is the brush that we're going to be demonstrating. Oh, this is the old one. Yeah, this one hasn't been modded.
What?
The one I just bought in. I just bought one in.
No, you bought both 6-jets and they're the only two we got.
Oh, bring me the other one then. That's weird. Not everything goes to plan when you're online. Thanks, Johnny. That's the one. We moved the jets into the corners. So this one
That's
hasn't
the
been
one the
modded.
guy did that was
Okay.
the wrong way around.
Yeah, so originally I asked for the jets to be further in, and now I've had them put in the corners. So have a look at that. So they're right in the corner, and we're going to show you that wing jet, dual wing jets working on the glass later in the show.
We've just been shared 4 times,
Whoop whoop!
so you're all getting...
Doug Rucker's here. G'day, Doug. Look at this, Doug. Oh, you're the kind of guy that would appreciate this. Actually,
It was a targeted hack, Douglas. We know who did it.
Doug, if you think this would make a gutter brush, I will make another one up for you because I still owe you a gutter cleaning
Yes.
brush. So rather
thought
than
that's who you were talking about.
no, rather I was another guy who was.
Okay.
But I haven't promised it to anybody. So Doug Rucker, have a look at this. It'll give you the ability. I've got to go and buy some more parts. I didn't have them yesterday, but it'll give you the ability to put chemicals through one
One set
jet
of
line
jets.
or one set of jets and water through another if you wanted to, or you have a mix and drive it up and get lots of it. So we're going to have a bit of a play with that. You want a Reach It Pro deal? We will have a Reach It
one.
Pro deal. All right, that's
There is
easy.
one coming.
All right. Yeah. So Doug, have a look at that. We don't know what to call it.
Brandon was
Do we
after
call
a
it the
poll the
fugly
other day.
or the mammoth? These are like just short of 3-inch bristles. Right? Now, Johnny asked me to explain to you that you cannot get a constructor brush with 3-inch bristles like this
For
because
the reason.
in the constructor brush we actually fold the bristles in half, all right, around a wire and crimp them. So the bristles in the constructor brush are the same length as these, but when you get to use them, they're only half that length.
Because they fold in half. Where these are just
All
straight
right, there it is. Oh, Harrison has put his preference in big red letters, and
in. The mammoth or the fugly.
so do you want it to be called the mammoth? I'm sure I'm going to make this brush. It's just too
Ugly
stunning.
not to.
It's too stunning. But the guy I made it for is a guy who cleans basically a whole lot on the whole east coast of a whole lot. And so he wanted a brush that could clean around corners and stuff like that. So we made this up for him.
The
and
fugly.
it's Reach It compatible, yeah?
They're all Reach It compatible.
Yeah.
They're only Reach It.
It is only Reach It. It's a
They're
Reach
only
It brush.
Reach It brush. Tom
There you
Brady is
go.
here. Welcome, Tom.
Yeah. Good to see you, Tom. Whew. It was his birthday the other day, I think.
It was.
Saw that.
We should...
Great. All right, what's the news? Harry, let's have a news section, and then we'll go out on the glass. Mammoth. One vote for Mammoth. Oh, that's yesterday's news.
Fugly, exactly.
All right, have a look at this. Norway mulls iodine tablets for its citizens amid concerns about a Russian nuclear attack. That's pretty serious. This is what I would do right now, and I'm going to get our guys to do it, is go and buy some iodine tablets.
Swim.
If a government of a Western country is saying iodine tablets can help you, then you better believe iodine tablets can help you, and there will be a crazy rush. We had when the Fukushima thing happened in Japan. People told everybody that iodine can help you, and the only easy source of iodine was iodized table salt.
Oh, yeah.
Every supermarket sold out in an hour. People
Yeah.
just gone, if there's radiation in the water, if there's radiation in the air, and iodine helps, they wanted to just get iodized salt. And it sold out like crazy. So,
nobody's happy with Russia.
iodine tablets.
Nobody's happy with anybody in the world at the moment. The world's gone a bit weird.
It's a little bit messy right now, right? Okay, let's look at the next one.
Hang on.
On these topics first?
What?
I would encourage you to go a little bit further into like...
That's as far as I want to go on it. There's nothing, I've got absolutely nothing else to say on that one. The other ones I might. All right.
Swiped it up and then that happened.
All right.
Okay.
I'll disappear on that.
That's you can find it, Harrison.
All right.
Send it
Have a look at
to
this.
our feed.
Link. Here we go. Germany to send back migrants to Greece. So the history on this is really a very momentous time, right? Because the history is that Germany took 1 million Syrians.
They welcomed them.
So after Libya got taken down, Libya was basically the buffer and the border between Africa, the continent of Africa, and all the African people of the different nationalities, and the Arabic countries on the top of Africa. Then Libya was kind of like the border, and it stopped all of its deal with Europe was it would kind of buffer and stop the migrants coming across this little ocean. Yeah. You saw everybody coming across in blow-up boats and stuff like that, like someone drowned and all that. But the point is, a lot of them made it in blow-up boats, right? Yes. So Germany took 1 million people. When they heard there was 1 million people, and the people all came in through, and whatever country they landed in first is the country which they, in a sense, belong to, unless another country takes them. Yeah. So what will happen is that for the first time, now it's been, basically they modified the laws of Europe to say you can't send people back, right? And Germany basically runs Europe, right?
So they've modified them.
Now they modified it back saying, hell, like, we got 1 million people here. They basically wanted to hire a workforce because they've got the same problem as a lot of the Western world where nobody's having more than 1 child or 2 children, so the numbers are static, and then the old people are getting older and living longer, and the young people are not having children as much, and so they had this workforce problem, so they thought they'd import a workforce, as part of the crisis, and it'd be a win-win, right? The people come out of their homeland,
Liam Gallagher's just joined us from the UK.
The problem is the ones that are not working are not adding value, and they're just drawing down and sucking the economy.
Peter Thomas has just come to join.
Germany has 82 million people, right?
Right.
The US has 23 million people, and they took in 1 million people.
Okay, so there you go. I can do that. So here's very good, Harrison. Harrison's been sitting in the background doing producer work. Germany has a population of 82 million people. America has a population of 360 million people. 320, which is 4 times as many, right?
Yep.
Practically. Yeah.
Yes.
And so Germany took in 1 million Syrians, and that would equate to America in less than a year
having to
taking 4 million immigrants from a different culture, a completely different culture.
So it's like inviting the whole entire population of New Zealand
they don't really relate
to America.
But it's not
it's
really,
like
because
taking
there's
the
a
whole
completely,
country.
yeah, it's an entire country.
It's the whole country.
But it's more than, it's worse because it's just different cultures. You've got to try and assimilate, how do you assimilate 4 million people into America in a 6-month period and think that somehow it's going to work?
Well, that's why it hasn't
Those
worked
people are going to bond together.
As well.
Then they come from massive poverty. They come from war where everybody's living on life or death tomorrow. Right? They're leaving their towns because their towns are being bombed. The towns that weren't being bombed are not being left, and so they're leaving and they're in survival mode, which is like do or die, kill or live, eat or starve, and then they rape or pillage, which is one of the horrific. There's a whole psychological articles written on why soldiers rape and stuff like that, and not saying that all soldiers rape, but it is part of the psychology of war, right, that happens is a really weird thing that you can read up on it. I had a buddy of mine who was involved in it.
No more war, exactly.
No more war. There you go. So the population of the state of Oregon
is 4,093,000.
That's 4,093,000. There you go. But even that doesn't put it into perspective. There's 4 million people in 6 months. So now Germany's saying, maybe we brought too many. We might start pushing them back, but they can't push them back to Syria, so they're going to push them back to Greece. And poor old Greece is going to try and struggle. And Greece is running with like 27% unemployment.
Why push them back to Greece?
Because that's the land. The law of Europe is that wherever they cross the ocean, and the country in which they touch Europe is the country in which they belong from a European perspective.
So then they might as well keep them there, because Greece keeps putting its hand out saying we're bankrupt every year for the last 5 or 6 years, and then the rest of the world has to financially help them out. They're going to be even worse now.
Yes. Well, they're going to try and send them back across the
Exactly, Liam Gallagher. Modern day Troy all over again.
You got it.
Because he's in the UK.
Except
he's in the
Troy
UK.
was wheeled through a closed gate as a deception.
This is an open gate.
This was, Merkel invited them in and said, come through, and she just let them walk through every European country to get to Germany.
No screening whatsoever.
You can't screen. If you had to bring 4 million people into America in 6 months, how can you screen any of them? All right, let's go to the next one. Small enough to fit in a missile, US and Japan issued warnings over Kim Jong. What's his name?
Kim Jong-un.
Right, this dude is out of control.
He got upset after the weekend when on Saturday the UN put their 6th lot of sanctions up against him. He got upset and said to America that he will send them over a missile that will show that he's not mucking around. And last night they announced that they now have nuclear warheads.
Yeah, well, Pentagon announced. I guess what this is saying, North Korea has successfully developed a nuclear warhead small enough to fit inside a missile. A new US defense report warns.
Yeah, well, Pyongyang actually had a news article on it today as well.
I know, but this, nobody's going to believe Pyongyang. He's been saying it forever, that he's got this and he's got that and he's got this and he's got that and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. That's how he's worked. And his dad did the same, right? They always are threatening. This is a report from the United States government, the Defense Department, saying, we think he's done it, he's made it.
Up to 60 warheads.
This is, the point is that the whole world thought, if you go back 6 months, the whole world thought we had 4 years to work this out, right? They thought he was at least 4 years away from being able to get an ICBM and a small enough nuclear warhead together on the one event and fire that thing off. Yeah? So I'd be having little THAADs. You know what THAAD is? THAAD is your missile defense system that can blow up missiles, right? You guys have been testing it over Alaska, right? So I would be having that thing. I'd be just ready to. I'd be ready to go pop as soon as they fire a missile. It's got to explode right there, right then, right as it comes out of the ground. Right there. That's where it's got to explode. If it's got a nuclear warhead, it's their own nuclear warhead in their own country.
If I was the American military, I would just be. They know where all these missile silos are. Why don't they just send over mother of all bombs to land on each missile silo, demolish all the ground, cause the earthquakes underground? They're all crumbled up, stuffed and broken. End of story. Then go in and say thank you very much.
Well,
end of story.
I think Donald's got some plans for that.
Because although there's people out there that go, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that, the problem is Trump's going to get blamed next because the American military did nothing to stop him letting off a missile. You're doomed if you do and you're doomed if you don't.
Yeah. So
it's a problem with.
But it's the same. Like we get the same, right? You get an intruder in your house, right? And there's no intrusion going on until he fires that missile, right? So, but you're in the standoff, right? Somebody comes into your house. You have a gun. He has a gun, right? Who shoots first? So, and now in this situation, he's not in the American house, and America's not in his house. So who shoots first? So then you get to this. Okay, now we're out in the street. Whoever throws the first punch is the offender, and the other one becomes the victim.
Yeah.
So America, with the reputation of being the world's policeman and aggressor, which is, police people can't be pussies, right?
Exactly.
They have to have a bit of, balls about them in order to do policing, right? So then America goes, we need to stop this guy before he pushes that button. But as soon as we stop the guy, we're now the aggressor. Right? So everybody can hide behind that and say, America did this, America did that. And so this guy is running what's called brinksmanship. The scary part is that the last 2 world wars both started, you listen to Oliver Stone, The Untold History, he's one of America's best historians. The last 2 world wars started on brinksmanship, where everybody said it's not going to happen, and if it does, it'll last a short time because it'll all be over in a minute. Both world wars.
This time it might be all over in a minute.
Well, yeah, but it's brinksmanship. It's everybody playing brinksmanship.
Chambi Estrada. Haven't seen him here before.
Estrada.
We've got a lot of new people joining us.
Yes. Welcome to the show. We're on 9 p.m. EST every night. This is a great show. That's always interesting.
What's not to love? It's us.
Well, we added a little bit of news to the show today. There's actually a lot of news going on. What's the next news story, Harry?
So, guys, what else would you like to see in our huge sale, in our huge auction? Come on. It can't just be one person wanting a pro deal.
That's possible.
Oh, blimey.
Anyway, if you're watching this and you're not in live, leave a comment, right? Because we may be able to put a deal together for you.
Yes. Leave a comment if you... Yep.
Oh, I thought you'd love this story. Turkey, right? What's the population of Turkey, please?
Quite a few.
Turkey is the probably right now the
Steers has just joined.
The most significant country in Europe.
Oh, that's an idea.
What?
Nick Sanders just brought up a great idea. I said, what else would they like to see in the sale? A trip to the factory. We could put up a package and what it costs, and people can bid for that package. They can bid for the trip to the factory.
Okay, and we cover the rest.
Yeah.
That's
great idea,
cool.
Nick.
Okay, so the population of Turkey is 80 million people. Right, I like that, Nick. And they are probably the most influential country at the moment because they were basically liberated under Ataturk. Ataturk's one of the most famous and most successful men in social change in a single man's lifetime. Right? He took a heavily Sharia law Muslim country and modernized it, freed the women, got rid of all of the genital mutilation, got rid of all the suppression of education of women, got rid of all of the inequality, women are not allowed to work and women have to cover their heads and all that sort of stuff, got rid of it all. Had all the women at university, all the women could own businesses, all the women could drive cars, all the women could vote, right? He brought all that out in a lifetime. And then since then, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're Turkish or whatever, but since then it's kind of been going backwards, and now Erdogan is in, and since the failed coup last year, he's passed all these laws to make basically close to a dictatorship, and he's bringing back Sharia law and true Muslim values. Problem is, Europe wants him in Europe, and now he's bringing in the death penalty, which is one of the conditions. Europe don't have the death penalty, which is interesting, and he's bringing in the death penalty, and he's doing all these things which are non-European, and Europe's saying, how do we get him out of here? The problem is that if they get him out of Europe, he then goes and joins Russia, and then you have Russia, China, Turkey. It's messy.
Very.
messy. All right? And anyway, so there you go. It's crazy. And then in Qatar right now, there's another situation where Qatar's got an American airbase and a Turkish airbase, and Turkey's moved all its troops in to defend Qatar against the other guys who also have an airbase in the same tiny country. Population of Qatar, Harry.
That'd be a great place to go and work and live.
Qatar's just
can we
an
go
island.
and live there? Can we
It's
go and work there?
tiny. It's tiny. So there's something, but here's this like...
5 million.
Okay, the population of the Qatar, where you have an American airbase and a Turkish airbase, and 3,000 Turkish troops, is less than 3 million people.
So it's small.
Well, people don't use New Zealand as a reference.
No, it's half the size of our city we live in.
Right, the whole country. Yeah. So here we go. So not only are they building, you can just leave it, right, because it'll go away.
Okay.
So not only are they building a wall, but in the
building a
article,
wall. That's naughty.
right,
You're not allowed to build walls.
Turkey's begun the construction of a wall along the border with Iran in a bid to crack down on smuggling and terrorism, following the building of a similar barrier already standing on the border with Syria. Right? So you can see, you guys are not the only ones that want to build a wall.
To keep them out.
These guys are doing it. In fact, I must admit that Trump has passed in his last financial update, I can't remember what it is off the top of my list, that they have funded the wall in that last thing that they're doing, right?
But they'll probably build it alongside the other fences and walls that Obama had put up anyway.
Sure. Like Obama and Clinton put up a chunk of wall, right? Fence. I mean, it's actually a fence, but you know, it's
which
good.
it relates to the same thing Liam just says. They're all in the same team, just a different jersey they're wearing.
Yes, I mean, I wish the whole world would get that. Like, what I think is this: like those of you who have played sport, there's on the field and off the field, right? And you can have whatever fight and whatever battle you want to have on the field, but off the field, you've got to remember, hey, you're a mum, you're a dad, you're a son, you're a daughter, you're a grandparent, you're a brother, sister, uncle, friend. Like, we're all, you know, we all go to the supermarket to buy food. We all go to the gas station to buy gas. We all pay some form of something for our homes and our cars, and we all try and enjoy our life, and we all
breathe the same air.
We either smoke tobacco, drink booze, smoke pot, right, or take opioids. Don't do that, Harrison.
Right. Come on, guys. There must be something you want to see in our auction or our sale.
Look at this one. Opioid deaths in the United States break new records, government data. You know, there's a time to stop.
Go back to the dust that we came from.
Well, that's not kind of my theme is this. If you've got friends that are on it, like we need to stand up, and if you're taking opioids, you really need to
Michelle's
address it. Michelle, serious topic, right? This is critical. This is an American epidemic. It's not happening all over the world, guys. And you know, people have got to get more active because this is getting worse. And this is, if you really want to see world politics and world governance and how other countries win, they win by destabilizing the population, by turning it into debauchery or destabilizing it by making people lazy. You know, these drugs are not American drugs. They're coming out from places like Afghanistan. You know, like they're coming into America from countries that hate America, right? And so we need to take a political stance in our own right, whether we're Democrat or Republican. Hey Tom, good to see you. It's a little preach session on opioids. You have to do everything in your power to help your friends get off this stuff, whether it's from a political standpoint or you know, standing with them through their withdrawals or walking them down to a rehab center or whatever. It's not okay to lose friends. It's not okay for young men to die. Like, we get pissed off when guys go to war and die, and then at home, like, it's just acceptable that you've lost a friend to an overdose. Like, it's not okay. And if you're addicted, go and get help today. Like, go make a call to a helpline right now. You know, because this is not good shit, man. This is death. This is premature death. Everybody has a due-by date. Like, I could be dead tomorrow, Johnny could be dead the day after, right? None of us know. But you do this shit, and you're really bringing forward your expiry date, right? Right? Ain't nobody can bring you back from that shit. You can have all your little, you know, thing they whack into you if somebody can make the phone call for you. But if you don't have, you know, just get off the shit. Just get off whatever way you can, right? And get your friends off it.
Nick Sloan wants to see a bristle packs in the sale. Well, there will be bristle packs.
Yeah, we'll have bristle packs.
Package them up.
Well, no, it's all in Shipwire. All the Shipwire stock. There's the bristle packs in Shipwire, and they will go out. Ron Musgraves is here. We're over the serious part. Look at this, Ron.
Do you want to call Ron and say hi to Ron?
Have you ever seen a bush like this? Oh, there's one more article. Oh, China is racing ahead of the US in the quest to cure cancer.
Where's CRISPR?
What's CRISPR?
Is it like crispy chips?
Hang on. Alright, a team of Chinese scientists used the cutting-edge gene editing technique CRISPR-Cas9 on humans for the second time in history, injecting a cancer patient with modified human genes in hopes of vanquishing the disease. There it is, CRISPR-Cas9. How it works. Cas9 protein in a single guide form a single Cas9 complex in a cell. The Cas9 complex attaches to the DNA of the cell, separates the DNA helix, this little fizzy bit there, and looks for a specific section of the genetic sequence. When the correct sequence is found next to a protospacer adjacent motive PAM. There you go.
Okay, so
that's how CRISPR-9 works.
So what that means is...
Hang on, ask for the earpiece if you can when you're going to explain.
Can I get an earpiece?
Okay, Harrison's going to explain. Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Harrison Pike.
Yeah, there's a really fascinating podcast on Radiolab about this, but essentially what it means is that the CRISPR-Cas9 likes to eat something from a, what's that called there? The helix. It likes to eat it and then replace it with something else. So in like gene modification therapy, you can pretty much change people's eye color. Right now, their height. China's the first one to legalize experimenting on humans. The US has not legalized experimenting on humans yet with CRISPR. And so they're the ones that are going to have the best chance at curing cancer before it starts.
That is awesome. Boom! Mic drop. Aaron, Johnny, mic drop.
Huh?
Earpiece drop.
Yeah.
Ron, where are you? Let's have a look. Lol, he's there.
What's that brush?
What is that brush?
It's the Fugly.
This is the Fugly or the Mammoth. We're going to let you decide what its name is. There goes
There he
a
is.
beast.
He's on a stick.
Right, that is it. So look at this. We're wondering
We
whether
ate the
Doug
rest of
Rucker
them.
would want this to test for gutter cleaning, but if he doesn't reply, I'm going to send it to somebody else.
Come on,
and
Doug,
send him-
reply. Do you want this brush?
Yeah. So we are looking at this to see if it's got any capacity in helping gutter cleaning, because it'll wrap itself around. We're still working on the bush. You want us to call it the bush? That's what the first thing Johnny thought was. He hasn't seen a bush as much as that, right? Look at it. That's me. That's it in perspective. That's the size of my head. It's not as like my head's smaller than Johnny's head, but you know.
It's just ugly.
We're going to call it either the Fugly, the
Or the
Mammoth.
Yes.
Send it to Pat.
Who's Pat?
Oh, I know Pat. So, oh my God, a
Now
shaved
that's
pig versus a hairy pig.
I
Which
think
one
we'll
looks
take the
better?
shaven
I'll
one
take the
next
shaved
first.
one any day. No doubt.
Now, just to you guys that
That
have
looks
just joined as
beautiful.
well, this is our latest Easy Brush. Now, if you share this today, if you share our live today, you'll go into the draw to have one sent to you for testing. We got 5 of them to give away for testing, and you have to be someone who will test them for us and give feedback. We don't want someone that just wants a brush for the sake of getting a brush and it sits in his cupboard or his box because he only uses it once or twice.
Yeah. So these are the final prototypes. We've actually signed off on them.
Which one would you buy next, Sloan? The Fugly or the orange, the Easy Brush?
These are not the final. These are
Tom
not the.
Colonda said that looks like a 1970s bikini line.
You are thinking what we are thinking, Tom Colonda.
Dean
That-
Miller and 6 others just shared us.
That is a 1970s bikini
Bush.
line right there.
70s bush, you could call it.
Yep. Then you just put a G in the middle there. Alright. And then there it is hanging out all over the place. My God, that's just disgusting. Those days are gone, thank God. Except
Tom
when you come
wants-
to China. And then we're like
Most
going
of
back
it,
into the
yeah.
70s. Most of it.
Tom Colonda wants to know how much better is this Easy Brush to the old one?
These ones are probably not much better, except that what we've done is we've redesigned the block so it doesn't have any smile in it, so you'll see it's perfectly flat and it will never bend. The ones that are coming these are made with the same bristles as the Easy Brush, and the ones that are coming oh my God! There she is. That's 1970s style right there.
There's 70s bush.
You know, underneath there, you need a comb. Yep. And a brush.
They need the razor. 13 people just shared us.
Woo! Somebody wants one of
wants
these
a brush.
brushes. We've got 5 to give away. Like this, it's, you know, you got good odds right now still.
Yep.
Right? But the new one, Tom, if you wait, like these ones, you know, you can take it for free, right? We'll send it to you. Give us the feedback. But the bristles on these are exactly the same as the Easy Brush, and the new ones have got a French bristle, which is a little bit stronger, a little bit more rigid. So, scissors.
Scissors. Razor.
Razor.
Chainsaw.
They are really difficult. Like, these are natural hairs. These are. What have we got on here?
Where's Wally?
This is Where's Johnny. Did you know that we did this when you were away?
No.
We missed a whole show. We did a Where's Johnny. Right, so this came up, and then everybody had to look on the screen, right? There it is.
Oh, I'm hiding. Look at that, I'm at the
There's
beach.
Johnny.
I'm at the beach.
So we took the piss right out of you, buddy, when you went here. I just went on and on about it. You didn't talk to me for a day, and we thought you'd watched the show.
No, I couldn't be bothered. I was at home. I was at the beach. I was at the beach.
That's classic.
Ron and 15 others just shared.
Thank you, Ron. You're a gentleman, man. You're a gentleman. We'll get some products into your show as well. Like,
Yeah.
you know, let's
Now,
do a couple of
might
big
be a guy
giveaways.
to ask to see if he's got anyone for our auction.
yeah, Ron.
Do you want to come in and have a chat, Ron?
Ask him, do you want to come in, Ron? We'll talk to you about our auction and all that sort of stuff.
You
Like,
can ask
we've
him
got-
now anyway.
Oh,
Tell him what we're going to do.
let me just buzz you. I'll buzz you. Oh, Ron must go. That's not right.
Tell him what we're going to do.
Okay, so Ron, what we're doing is, okay, you keep an eye on that. Joshua's here. By the way, we're going live on the glass in a minute with these brushes, right? Because we want to show you the dual Jetstream, right? What we call wing jets, right? And how that works on hydrophobic glass.
Tell Ron what we're doing for the giveaway and for the auction.
Okay, so our buddy Diego Garcia, what are you going to do? There, because you
You
need to
just
see
keep
when he
coming.
responds.
Yeah, yeah.
That way you won't see him respond, right? So,
Yeah, but you want them to click on.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Explain to Ron what we're doing.
so we're doing a huge fundraiser. and a huge fundraiser, right, for Diego Garcia. And Diego is a buddy of ours, but he's been to all the shows, the IWCA, everywhere all over America with Jorge Aguilar as part of his team. And then also he went to work with Jeff Scott up in Michigan or somewhere. This is the dude here. He's built like Hulk. He's an amazing guy.
You can go to his medical expense fund.
He has a GoFundMe for people who want to donate cash. He's currently in a medically induced coma, already been under for about 3 weeks, fell off a roof, cleaning gutters, landed on his head, shoulders, busted his ribs,
Brain swollen.
punctured his lungs. He's on oxygen, his brain got damaged. So they're going to bring him out, they said 3 or 4 weeks once he's really calmed down a bit. Because this guy's a monster, right? When this guy gets agitated, you need straps to hold him down, right? And then he's going to get more frustrated, right? So,
And Diego Aguilera set up the GoFundMe page for him.
yeah,
for
so
his
what
medical
we're doing,
expenses.
that's for his medical expenses, and what we're doing is running an auction, right, where people can put up second-hand gear, so you could go through the pressure washing community and guys could have second-hand skids where they're looking to upgrade to a new one, they want to offload their old one, and they could say, look, I got a skid, cost me $3,000, give me one, anything over 1,000 can go to Diego, right?
And we've got software that will manage
Yeah,
that.
we got all that. Now you could go to Russ. I don't want to encroach anywhere at all on Russ's support for the UAMCC because he gives away a whole lot of stuff, and we don't want him to give anything away for us, like for this thing, because that's your gig and the UAMCC's relationship. However, he might say, look, I've got a 5,000 skid, everything over 2,500, right, can go to Diego. Yeah, so he could say, look, give me back, my cost or whatever it is, or something, or even everything over $3,000 will go to Diego. So there's still a win-win for everybody. Yeah, still
So
Diego can get more money than what anybody
this.
would put in their pocket for cash. Somebody gets a product maybe cheaper than what retail is, but sometimes, like Doug Rucker, we love him to bits. He bought a Reach It Mini valued at $790, and he bought it off for the Louis Reyes Family Foundation.
He paid $1,000.
He paid $1,000. All that $1,000 went to Louis.
Yeah.
Right. So if you've got any buddies that are prepared to put some things up, we're finalising that software today, and
Mike
we would
Howard's
be
just
there.
joined.
Mike Howard's one of those guys, right? So Mike, we've got this fundraiser coming up. I'm going to talk about it later because it's boring for everybody else to hear it twice. Pat Clark is here. Oh, that's what happens when Ron Musgrave shares something. The
Everybody
real
comes
people come. Pat Clark, have a look at this. Ron has suggested I send this to you for testing. This is
The 70s bush.
the bush, right? We were going to call it a mammoth, right? But we think it belongs on something like this. I don't know, have you ever cleaned anything like that?
Belongs just
If
there.
you're probably not old enough,
Just belongs there.
you're probably not. That's what Diego Garcia looks like,
Yeah.
right? So, but we're not going to.
Rick
go
Atkins
there.
is just shared.
But if you came from the 1970s, we're giving away 5 of these Tucker prototypes, Tucker style prototypes, I should call them. We call them the Easy Brush.
We're going to pick
They've
out
got
of
the
all
same,
you guys that share and
the
give them
same
away.
bristle configuration here, but they've got some of them have got wing jets, some of them only got some of them are direct sort of replicas of what a Tucker brush would look like.
But ours have 9 rows of
Well, we've got both. We're going to give away both. So somebody might get that, and some might
Okay.
give away this. You can put 2, 4, or 6 jets on them. I'm going to show you on the glass before the end of the show. But what do you reckon, Pat Clark? Do you reckon this may add value? I'll show you the back of it, right? You can add chemical. I've got 4 jets, so you can feed them separately if you needed to put 2 different water sources using your Reach It Mini. Pat's got a Reach It Mini. So you could actually feed one set of liquid up the inside of the pole and one up the outside of the pole, or you keep it all as a mix where you're pumping it from your tank. And basically you get these 3-inch boars hair, like 100% boars hair. By the way, there's fake boars hair.
No, I heard that.
Right? Do you know how you test fake boars hair? Well, how you test boars hair? He said all you do.
Light it?
No. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you light it with a cigarette lighter.
Light it with a cigarette lighter and smell the smell.
Yep.
Right?
That'll smell like burning
Oh.
hair, and the other will just crimple up like plastic.
And he said you can smell the difference. Okay, it's yours, Pat. So I've got to make another one. This one I'm making for another dude. He has curved surfaces, and he said, can you find me the longest bristle brush that you can? Because straight brushes like this don't
work.
clean around corners really well, right? Because the bristles are too short. If you compare that to that you can see
Shaven
there
and
is
unshaven.
quite a difference. Yes, trimmed. We don't mind trimmed. Right? This is completely acceptable, right? On
Those things.
on the Bella.
On the Bella.
The menu.
And
this is completely unacceptable
anywhere except for cleaning.
Even on a brush.
Except for cleaning gutters.
Hey, we're going to call it the bush.
You don't want it on the gutter.
Yeah.
It's for cleaning them.
But I think if you call it the bush and you call it the fugly and the meaning was the same, it's pretty accurate.
Yes. Let's see its stiffness.
Yeah.
Nothing can go stiff with that much bush.
I'll put it on the glass in a minute, Patrick. I'll put it on the glass. I'll hook it up to water. It fits your reach it hole. You know, there goes a reach it.
Yes, we're going to Orlando in October, aren't we?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Short of a
Yes, we are, Jeremy.
Short of
medical emergency, we will be there.
Red Bull gives you wings. That's how it works.
Except the Red Bull here is always flat. There's no bubble and fizz to it.
Pat don't know about Bush. Well, he's young, you see. He's
Yeah.
young. When you're young and you got like 4 kids or 5 kids, whatever he's got, and a beautiful wife and all that, you just don't even know those days.
I'm
Those
sure
days
he's
never happened.
He's accidentally seen.
He
vintage
knows. I
porn.
bet you it never ever got that long.
Vintage
We should
porn
talk
he's
about that.
accidentally seen.
Vintage porn. I've never seen vintage porn. I must
Neither
admit, I've
have I,
never
but
clicked on
I
that.
don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, some people may be from the Midwest and it may be rude for us to talk like this, so we better not. We've got to be sensitive when we talk about
We had someone very sensitive tell us it was 70s.
Well, that's right. Because the people from the East Coast are funnier and a little bit more risque and a little bit bolder than the people from the Bible
The other
Belt.
coast.
No,
Yeah.
from the Bible Belt in the middle.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So we just have to be sensitive from time to time.
Yeah, that's right. We should go and see how these things work.
All right, let's
We've
pick
been
up the water.
waffling for
I've
an
been
hour
talking, have
now.
I?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, let's get on the glass. Let's show this. So we'll see what happens when you get a wet bush.
A big wet bush. Let's go.
Oh, thank you. We've never had 100 viewers. We only have, we get about, like we're up, I'll tell you the stats, Ron. We're up to about, like by the time the show ends, we are usually at about 350 to 400 views while the show's on. And yeah, everybody share, and we're going to give away 5 brushes. Ron is the master of getting people to share. Like, what else do we have to say? Do you want to come on briefly, Ron? Let me see if I can invite you and see if you can just, because you're just the best. The best. Okay, you set everything up. Pop that onto the. Pop that on the nose to glass. I'm going to do Bush first. Here he is, Ron Musgrave. Buddy.
On the Bluetooth.
I have no sound yet.
Can you guys hear
There
me
you
now?
are.
Yeah, I had to turn that Bluetooth off, man. This thing just doesn't work when you got the Bluetooth on. Hey, man, I got a real quick thing for your viewers out there. Commercial guys out there, hey, make sure you guys understand this is budget season right now. This is a sales tip, guys. You guys got to remember that commercial accounts right now are in budget time. If you want to secure the budget for 2008, you guys got to be on pounding the pavement right now and writing agreements. Remember, unsolicited requested proposals, get out there and do them. By October, November, they decide already for 2018. Make sure you get out there and do it. What's up, Perry?
Well, what's up, Ron, is that you are the greatest sales trainer to get guys into the $1 million, 7-figure like cleaning
go big,
business.
Man, right? You got to go.
They got to go big, and you're the only guy. You and Doug are the dudes. I know you've been around. You've done it all before, and you guys, like when the guys follow you, they get it, and if they don't follow you, they end up in small business still, right?
Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So you guys are talking about Bush today, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna see what happens when a bush gets wet.
That's
wet,
a huge
Ron.
bush you got there, man. I'm telling you, you better be careful with it. Be careful with it. Don't bring those things down to Orlando, okay?
I got my little trimming. I got my trimming scissors here.
Man. We don't need that kind of stuff in Orlando.
We hope we don't see that in Orlando.
Man, if I find that in Orlando, I'm bringing out my razor. All right, I have to go
That's
and buy a
it.
110-volt razor because my
Hey,
razor's
man,
like 220.
speaking of Orlando, you guys we've got a grand outdoor area where you guys are going to do nothing but train people for 4 hours. In case you didn't know that, Raymond Burke's
I didn't know that.
set up to do it. So
sweet, we're there.
Perry
like we'll take 501 and 503, right? We'll do that. I haven't signed off on it yet, but yes, we will.
And get your water system there too, man, because we're gonna sell some water.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll have that.
When we went to a convention just the other day, and we like now with the flow, when people are gonna walk away with the flow, like we did like double the numbers again. So I'm sure if we come to the UAMCC, it'll be like crazy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nuts. Hey, how long were you guys in the States?
Just 6 days.
6 days.
5 days. Like one day each way, and then 5 days there. Huh?
Shout next time you're in the States, man. I'll come by. I was stupid when you guys told me you
should've.
landed in St. Louis. I could have flew there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have, buddy.
Well, I was on my way to South Carolina. You know?
I know that, yeah. Hey, the other thing, what we're going to do, we're running this fundraiser. It's going to be an auction, like an auditable auction. It's not run, like with Facebook Live. We can promote it with Facebook Live, but it's an auditable auction. And it's for Diego Garcia for his rent and car, because the dude's in a coma, and like a medically induced coma for another 3 or 4 weeks, and then he'll be in the brain injuries unit. He's screwed for 6 months, At
least.
So we don't want to take any money off anybody, any product off anybody, like who's a merchant, who's supporting other groups. So guys like Russ, who gives you the skid and everything for free, right? Then we don't want to tap into that. That's your baby, right? And the UAMCC's baby. But
no. What? Here, let me explain this to you. The UAMCC is industry. If there's an industry problem, it doesn't matter if Diego's a member or not a member, okay? It's an industry problem. Sweet. And you know what? When people are out there in the industry and they need help, we need to all reach out as brothers and help them. So, anybody in the UMCC, solicit it in there. Believe me, you guys will raise a bunch of money. Everybody in the UMCC's got a big heart. Everybody will chip in. A lot of guys chipping in add up to a lot of stuff. I'm sure that Russ Johnson, I'm sure that Mike Howard, I'm sure they'll all throw something in on auction, and I'm sure we'll raise a bunch of money.
Okay, but we have the capacity for a guy to say, look, it's a $5,000 skid. Everything over $2,000 goes to Diego. You know what I mean? So guys might have.
They're gonna go all in, man. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I know.
They're gonna go all in.
All right, buddy. And that's fantastic. And then the other idea that I have in there, which you can tell me whether you think it's stupid or not, but if a guy wanted to offload some older gear, like an older skid, because he wants to upgrade to a new skid, he could put a secondhand skid up and say, look, give me $1,000 for it. And everything over that goes to Diego. And then with the $1,000, he can go off and buy his new skid or whatever. What do you reckon?
I think they're going to go all in. They're going to put the whole $1,000 in and plus whatever. That's just how it is. Yeah. And Doug's going to pay 3 times whatever it is to get the money anyway. So what? How it is. Just send it over to Doug.
You're a fucking legend, man.
Pay for it, and you're good to go.
All right, let us get all the software up.
All right,
we'll get all the software up, and then we'll get back to you privately. All right.
You guys have a good night and have fun, man. Talk to you later.
Thanks, champ. You watch us. We're going to put going right now. All right, Harrison's on camera and water, and we'll see what this baby looks like. Now we might need to bring those scissors. Yeah, double tap. Woo!
Your double tap's not working.
Yes, it is. Just go double tap quickly. Yep. No, don't over the top, because when you see that little circle thing.
Beautiful view today, folks.
Oh yeah,
look at it.
Let's squirt on a view.
Give me that. You just keep talking.
All right. So I put the jets at the bottom. We can put them at the top just by turning the mount around, but I put it upside down actually. But I don't know you guys whether you're in the chemical business. Oh yeah, we've got a bit there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me turn that off and back on again. All right. So one of them has clear. One of them's hitting some bristles. That's good. All right, so we're going to get this bush wet.
Hang on, I'm going to close this one.
So you can wet everything up. Look at that. Oh, slowly, because the camera's on it. Yeah. Ah, man, that's a lot of bores here on the glass there.
You're enjoying pushing that big bush.
Look at that.
She's a wet bush sponge.
I could put jets on this side as well.
Yeah.
That might need a lot of water. Yeah.
You can put 2 more of those.
Yeah. Then turn it around so that those ones are on top. All right. Well, it doesn't get any more exciting than that. There's a load of water there. I'll get that one clear. So we've got 4 jets in there now, pissing out a fair bit of water. And then the rest is history, but I think we need to put 2 more jets up there, don't you, Johnny?
You can see these are a lot drier than the others.
Yeah. If I had the, oh, sorry.
It's such a big bush,
If I had the
you're
brush
bound
up
to end
that
up
way,
sun-dry.
we'll see if that wets those other ones up. That might prove it. We have to have the jets on the top.
We need to get both, I think. Looking at that.
Yeah, that's a lot of hair, man.
We need 2 more jets.
Alrighty.
Because if that was exceptionally dirty, you'd need a lot more dirt, a lot more
Water.
water.
Alright, let's change this out, Johnny.
What do you want? 2 jet?
Yeah, let's go to the 2 jet. We'll just go 2, 4, 6. With the 4, I want you to find the 1mm one, because one of them has 1 and one of them has 4. This one is set up with, you watch this changeover, right? So with the nose to glass, these nose to glasses are going to be on sale. They're a great little training tool. And here's my point. You don't teach a squeegee on a 2-story or 3-story pole. So don't teach your water fit on a 2-story or 3-story pole. All right, so I just push the tube in from the bottom. So it's coming in the bottom here. And then it's already inside, and we push it in. We lock it into the clamp. I don't know how that spun around, but that's easy enough. And then we connect that to here. I have 2mm. Okay, open her up. So you can look at the velocity from 2mm jets. Yep, that's pretty big velocity. Now, if you're using a broom style brush, you're going to rinse off the glass. So you're going to do your agitation on the glass, right? Yeah, that's your agitation on the glass. Then you're going to take it off the glass and you're going to rinse like that. Now you might need to dry that, dry the camera. Yes, no water. Okay, great. All right, now, so that gives you an idea as the velocity using that. Then we'll change that out. I can pinch it. And we're going to go to the 4, but we're not going to put it on the nose to glass.
For 2-inch, 2 mil?
No, for 1mm. Good question. Okay, there's no point, so go straight to 6. There's no point going to 4 2mm. Oh, okay, so 4 2mm. So here's the thing, same pressure, open, different velocity. The same flow, and therefore that the pressure at the last point before the jet is less, right? Because there's more openings, which means there's a bigger opening in total, and so now there's less velocity. So this is, this means that the guy who's cleaning the windows, with his pencil jets has to be closer to the glass, right? So that's the same, and you can see here, this is really classic. We showed this yesterday. This glass is behaving in a hydrophilic way. This glass is behaving in a hydrophobic way. So this piece of jet here is only rinsing this deep, and this is dirty water, and this jet is rinsing this deep, right, down here. And so as you come across, there's a completely different rinse effect when you have this effect from that effect, and we've got it on the one piece of glass. And that's why you hear so many people saying water fed doesn't really work, because when they hit glass like this, it's true. Now let's look at the best, unless I have a constructor brush, yes.
Now,
the best of the best. No, not that one. That one.
it's not that one.
Why? What? Oh, he's put uneven jets in.
Yes.
Oh
So
my
you're gonna
god.
get an uneven effect. You
Oh my god. Okay, so I put this under my new dude to put this brush together for me, and it's my responsibility to check, and I did not check. And it's wrong.
Yeah, no, you're not in.
Here we go. Yep, it's all good.
We can crank it.
There we go.
Into the back.
Let's put it together and let's open that up. So we might be able to get some information by blocking these off. That's also wrong. Okay. All right, my fault for not testing it at the factory. Okay, so here you go. The logic of this is that we have 6 jets. On this side, we have two 2mm jets. On this side, we have two 1mm jets. Right.
4 1mm jets, not 2 of them.
Something in there, Johnny. Sorry, Harry, but I do have to fix it. I still have to fix it.
That's okay. John fix it. Got a better place to go.
Okay, there it is.
38 people live.
38 people live. Okay, so the idea is this, that normally if you only have one jet and you hit hydrophobic glass, then you'd only get one jet. That jet's not behaving properly. So you have a look on this side, right? And now, no, here, before you'd only get one of these rinse steps, and now you get double the rinse steps. So if you have to rinse off the glass, which is so inefficient, right, then you can use the dual jets. So some people love these old style brushes that have been around for 30 years, unimproved. What we've done is improve the rinse. Now let's quickly put a constructor brush on so you can see what Reach It does, which is why everybody loves Reach It.
We speed you up, make you more efficient.
More efficient, like crazy. Can you give me a, oh yeah, that's what it is. So, all good entertainment, though it gets a little bit boring. Yeah, I don't know why that does that. Oh, no, I've seen that before. All right, wind her up. So this is constructor brush. Yeah.
16 jets.
Twist that around differently. Right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 jets. Yeah, and you have a look what happens when these jets hit the glass. Those waters all join together and form what we call a water squeegee. So now when you come down the window, you can see the water is behaving what's called hydrophilic. Yeah, so instead you look at that there. If you were trying to squirt and chase the dirty water off the glass, you would have this effect here. But when you go like this on the same glass, it sheets. Yeah, and that's a low battery signal. Okay, so that is constructor. 4 or 5 times faster. If you look at yesterday's live, you'll see it. But that's what you can just, if you've done pressure washing, you've already cleaned the glass, and you just want to be able to take the spots off the glass from the tap water that you used, this is the action you will take. Have a look at this from back there, Harry. If you just wanted to give a spot-free window service, you would go up here like this and down, up here like this and down. And then you would go to the bottom, you'll come up, down, up, down, up, down, and off. That is what we call a pressure washer spot-free window cleaning service. You don't have to do anything more. You don't have to chase dirty water off the glass because those bristles on the upstroke are taking the tap water spots into solution.
But it's just
and yeah, because it's got tap water on the glass, and that tap water will have dried, and that tap water will have left some spots. So the bristles, cable, I got one here. So the bristles are going to take that into solution. This blade here, and there's a whole lot of other blades. This one's got bronze wool on the inside. So if you're actually dealing with non-water soluble concretions that the pressure washer also won't take off, then you could get to a bronze wool brush. So on the way up, it takes everything into solution. On the way down, the bottom of the brush takes the dirty water off the glass. The top of the brush leaves the pure water on the glass. And that is all you need. 10 seconds per window, $99 a house, $200 a house, and you can add a spot-free window service, just like that. Right? Great upsell for pressure washers. All right, let's go inside and say goodbye. Woohoo! That was great. Thanks, Harry. He's a good coach.
It's a wit. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our friends and family. I don't know what that was off. I just.
Chris, oops.
Justin Hendricks should call it the Wolverine.
It could work.
Good product and great marketing, Lucas said. He doesn't do window cleaning, but he would.
Smell that. Wet pig. It ain't fake pig. This isn't.
Aaron's here from Shanghai.
Hey, Aaron, how are you, buddy?
Aaron's here from Shanghai.
Oh my God, have a whiff of that. It is something else. That is wet pig.
Oh, that stinks. It's like when I'm pig hunting and you catch the monsters.
Yeah. Dang.
Oh.
I really want to hold your head in it, but I think you might hit me if I did it.
You might get something more than you were bargaining for.
I know. It's just things that we just can't do.
Tommy Turner, yes, he likes it.
Ah, great. Okay, so we're sending one of these to Pat Clark. Pat Clark is a very public guy, so I'm sure he'll give us feedback on the design of it. But Pat, first, I'm getting it in today, so it won't go out till next week. I'm going to add 2 more holes in the other side of it so that we can get more water.
Yeah, we agree, Tom. We're putting 2 more jets into it.
Yeah. And I'll turn it upside down the other way as well.
Sanders said it'd be good for frames and sash windows.
Yeah, I think it'd be good on a lot of, like, there's no doubt that boar's hair has got an amazing amount of grip. We've got another little boar's hair brush coming, right?
Listen on people again, Dan says. Yeah, it smells like
Okay, my God, it smells bad in here now. Kick her out if she smells like that, that's for sure.
Exactly. My God.
Well, that was awesome. Big thank you to Ron Musgraves. Big thank you to the UAMCC for in advance for the support. JC's here, Roger's here. Good to see you guys on board. We're on 9 p.m. EST nearly every night. We don't go Sunday night unless we have a hangover, we're flying, or we have a drama. Yeah. Right. So we enjoy the show. We talk a bit of politics, a bit of bullshit. Always there's some sex in the show because sex sells.
Must be. It's just natural.
That's
it's just natural.
And then we do a little bit of window cleaning, or soon we'll be able to have somebody who actually knows something about pressure washing talking to us, but we don't know anything about pressure washing.
We wouldn't have a clue.
So yeah, and it's a great show. I think we also is available as This Is It. What do we call it? This Is It on YouTube. Reach It Radio. It's called This Is It, Reach It Radio. Harrison will pull up the link up here so you can see what it looks like, what icon to look for. We also have it on, where is it as sound only, Harry?
Podcast. You've got it on the iTunes and Apple Podcast.
Oh, you go to Apple iTunes, right, into the iTunes in the podcast area, and you'll also see this logo is This Is It, Reach It Radio. So if you like to listen to the show but you don't want to watch the show, or you want to know which shows to watch and whereabouts in the show to watch, then you can just listen to it as a podcast. We put it up every 2 or 3 days. You'll see all of the latest ones go up. So we might address that over the weekend, yeah? Make sure that we're up to date. By this weekend, we will be up to date again. I think we're a few behind at the moment. So there you see it. There's over 36 there right now. What is that?
This is our YouTube channel.
Oh, this is our YouTube channel.
Look forward to your call, Tommy.
And then you go here on the right.
Oh, okay. So here it is. Harrison's going to instruct us. You go to the our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/future of cleaning.
Right, and then you go over to here.
And you go over here on the right, and it says featured channels. And there you look for the This Is It logo, and you can see all of the ones that we have done.
Hey, St. Louis.
So the last one that's uploaded is St. Louis. So there's about we're 5 behind or something since we got back, and they are all good shows. So if you get a chance, you can find them on YouTube. And if we jump into iTunes.
Yeah, the size of that bush, Derek, the birds will land in that brush. They'll start nesting.
Damn. You get a bush like this, it starts pushing back on you.
Exactly.
Right?
Henry Jenkins has joined. Tom Cologne is praying for your mum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good. Thanks, buddy. He's a good dude.
O'Neill, Dave Starling.
Hey, Dave. I don't recognize Dave's name. Do you?
No.
Dave Starling, and he said...
He's been here before. He's a dude.
That's his thing. All right, so we're quickly going to go to iTunes, and then we're going to wind out, right? And we appreciate your company today. Thank you, Ron, for bringing in all your friends. That's awesome.
And again, should we just explain to all the friends what we're doing?
No, I think what we want to do is explain to them that Ron came on and made sure that you're all aware that commercial bidding time is now, right? You got to go and do unsolicited commercial bids on every single commercial property you can possibly do it. Walk the streets, bust down doors, do your bids, do your demos, and get in there, because the money will be allocated in the commercial financial fiscal year. The money will be allocated in October, November for 2018. Whoever's going to get it is going to get it now. So if you want to grow your business into 6-figure, 7-figure, 8, well, you can't get to 8, but you can get into the big numbers.
You
Follow,
can get into 8 if you
go to
listen
Cleaners Live on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Watch our show and post if you need to. But watch Ron Musgraves. He's running a sales training school. Doug Rucker, Doug Rucker's pressure washing school. All really good dudes, giving a load of information that has taken guys into 7-figure businesses as young men that would never have got there on their own, never, ever, ever, right? Exactly. So like old men passing on the knowledge, right? And like, anyway, that's the way it happens. All right, so have a look at this. This is Reach It Radio.
I don't know why the feature image doesn't come up, but it does come up here in my podcast feed.
All right, so there should be the featured image with a little "this is it" in here, but it's Reach It Radio. See, like there? Reach It Radio. This is it. Maybe you got to load it twice. That sounds weird. That would sound ugly, wouldn't it? Anyway, we'll have a look at it. And yeah, so there's loads of places to listen to us. We talk a lot of shit. It's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. So on that fine note,
it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from me.